Rondo, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first.
Man, don't think you too far ahead, bro.
You gotta chill. That nigga wild, bro. You a wild nigga, bro.
Nah, man, let's get right to the shits, dog. Chill, bro. Don't make me laugh, bro. All right, 4 episodes of the Michael Jordan doc, a.k.a. the snitching tapes.
The Chicago Bull doc. I thought it was a Michael Jordan doc, but it seemed like it's a
I did too,
Chicago
because everybody said it, and LeBron kept referring to it as a Michael Jordan doc, too.
I went off his word. That's what it was. So.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the
when
real
when
GOAT.
you think about the for real, when you think about the Bull, I guess you just automatically assume Michael Jordan anyway. So
yeah. So what you thought about it? All 4 episodes. So far.
The first one was really very entertaining. The second one was very informative. The third one was. That's when they stopped. That's when they started like to shy away from Michael Jordan, I guess, and talk about the Bulls.
I think
as a team, like
the
Dennis
second
Rodman
episode was dedicated to Scotty, and the third one was dedicated to Dennis.
I didn't care.
And the fourth one was based off their first title.
Kind of both, but I wasn't interested in Dennis Rodman. He's a cool guy though. I just never cared about his personal life.
He the most interesting one though.
I mean, he's interesting because he's weird, but I don't care about it. Like I wasn't here for it, I guess. But he's a good player though. Like I always liked Dennis Rodman as a player. I just don't care about the other stuff that he had going on.
And shit.
Him going to Vegas, him being with Carmen Electra. Yeah.
That Vegas shit was wild though.
He went with
Nigga, how you gonna imagine you go to your job right now like, hey, bro, I need a vacation. Like in the middle of the middle of peak time. You ain't put in no vacation time. You just like, bro, I need a vacation.
See, but the difference is, I feel like, I mean, sure you feel the same way whatever you doing. I feel like I'm Michael Jordan, nigga. I'm Jordan. I ain't Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Rodman, Jordan needed a vacation. He ain't take one. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan can't take no vacation.
I can't. I'm Jordan. I'm that essential. I'm essential, bro. I'm essential for real.
So that's why you can't take one.
They can't. Not right now.
But bro, back to Jordan, dog. I told you earlier, Michael Jordan be dry snitching, dog. Soon as the doc starts, he start talking about. They asked him about them calling
the cocaine.
I think it was like the something circus, the cocaine circus. Yeah.
Coke boys.
Coke boys.
Coke boys. And
we gotta put that drop on here.
The Coke boys.
Bro, he threw the whole team under the bus talking about, man, maybe it was them but not me. Like, all I'm gonna say is one day I went into the hotel room and it was just full of coke and all kind of drugs and alcohol. Like, bro, why would you say that shit on the doc?
I mean, he basically took a plea deal. You know what I'm saying? at that moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of almost like what's that? Paid in full. You know what I'm saying? Like Rico, he was like, I give cat's name in DC, but shit, I ain't touching myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm Harlem. I'm still gonna be the king of Harlem.
I give some shit my next rookie year, but I ain't touching the dynasty team. You know what I'm saying? But
cause bro, let's be real, dog. All the videos we seen of him on helicopters gambling and smoking cigars, damn well that nigga was doing coke too.
Now
I'm snitching on that nigga.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. I ain't gonna say that he did coke, but what I will say is he got problems of his own that I ain't seen addressed yet. So I'm hoping it's a gambling episode in there somewhere.
But we ain't got to the second peak yet. This last episode, the 4th episode, was about the first championship. So I guess the next one's going to be.
They talked about all of them kind of a little bit, but I mean, how they doing it? I like the documentary.
Bro,
how
they're not about
to
address no gambling. They're not about to address his dad. If
but
they speak about his dad, they're going to put his dad passing away, him going to the major leagues, and him coming back. They're not going to say nothing about gambling. You can tell, bro. Well,
then it wouldn't be an accurate documentary. But what I will say is, what I'm curious to see is a documentary. I mean, an episode like kind of swayed toward the gambling, because I want to know what other. Because you see how the issue that they talking about, how they talking about it past tense and now in current time. I want them to do the same thing with the gambling. Like what issues? Cause I see they on a plane. They all together.
Gambling
Scotty even mentioned that he was like, well, Jordan gave me these clubs, but I realized it was take my money. So I want to know what that mean. Like Dick
That's
died.
a gambling addiction. But he wanted to snitch on old boy on the plane talking about, oh, you an alcoholic, you hungover right now. But nigga, you addicted to gambling.
That's really the only part. Not the only part, but that's the only part so far in the documentary that I didn't like. But I need more context. I don't know who that player is. Like
Me neither.
But what I will say is, it was twice he kind of dissed him. One when they played somewhere else, and he was like, "Won a championship." Remember he said that, and he was like, and Jordan was like, "It's not real." Like, pretty much like, fuck off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on the plane, it's the same player.
That was when they played in China.
Yeah, same player though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He was just a rookie, and they just giving him shit. You know, I don't know what his spot on the team was. I need context for all that. But right now, yeah, I wasn't really feeling how Jordan was acting towards him. Like, that was kind of wild. He telling me like, my mom gonna watch this. You know, my kids might see this. He's like, I don't care. He's not committed. Like, you know, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy,
asshole, bro. And then, bro, like, I was wondering if they was gonna show him being an asshole, like clips of him being an asshole and that shit, and they did. I think the very first episode, a kid asked him for an autograph, and he just kind of kept walking, and another kid asked him, and he signed an autograph and kind of like just shoot him away.
Yeah. Autographs is hard though, cause you Michael Jordan, nigga. Like, it's no way you're gonna sign.
Bro,
it.
you gotta sign them kids though, bro. It ain't that many kids in there.
Fuck them kids, bro.
He was in a tunnel though.
Fuck him. He gave him 6 rings, bro. Like, damn. What more you wanted to give? He gave you 6 rings.
Jordan an asshole, dog.
He brought 6 rings to the circus, man. He ain't do coke. He knocked on the door and just glanced. What's that little Dicky shit? He took a gander and he just left. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta watch the rest of that little Dicky shit too. That shit fine.
But that's crazy though. Like, I mean, I know we're gonna talk more about the documentary, but the part I didn't like about Jordan and that's showing me, it's stuff. I mean, that we don't really speak about because, like I said, the documentary has shown me though that, you know, how the media give a LeBron or players of today's day and age a lot of slack. You realize how much we didn't know about the Bulls now, and when people say, well, they criticize MJ, but not like they criticize LeBron.
Exactly.
And the documentary, it showed, because everything that we just now knowing from this documentary is stuff that is so LeBron can't even get a documentary like this because we know every single thing. Like, niggas dropping books and all that stuff.
From the documentary, I didn't know Scotty got drafted by the Sonics and they traded for him.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah,
because they was trying to get help for Jordan. People act like Jordan ain't need no help, and also we also forget that Jordan had a tough time with the Cavs back then, and fucking Ron Harper. They went and got Ron Harper later on. He had a tough time with Detroit. They went and got Dennis Rodman for the second pick. So
yeah, niggas, that's that KD Warrior shit there. You know what I'm saying? Like, KD had a tough time against the Warriors, so
he had
come
to
get me.
You know what I'm saying? Jordan be on that, but people be like, oh nah, LeBron be needing everybody, nigga. So Jordan needed people too.
It's one of them things where, because I know we're gonna talk about LeBron, because we kind of comparing and stuff like that too. Yeah. It's one of them things where I feel like when you think about LeBron and you think about Jordan, think about Kobe, rest in peace. You know, I would say that LeBron kind of, to me, reason why he's like the GOAT to me is reasons on and off the court. But when you think about off the court, his GM skills, stuff like that, like, I can't say Jordan was heavy in the office. It don't seem like that to me. It seems like the office doing office work. Mm-hmm. But as a player, you know what I'm saying, for LeBron to be able to do that and still play and like have his business all intact, like, he taking on more of a load to me. I think Mike was able to be more of a player than the GM.
Yeah.
From the documentary watching it ain't like he had any amount to say so. I can't imagine a coach telling LeBron, like, yo, Tyrone not gonna be your coach next year. Like, he's not gonna be the coach.
That GM made some pretty good moves up until when he wanted to get
got emotional.
Yeah. And started beefing with Scottie Pippen and beefing with what's his name, the coach, Phil Jackson.
So I want to stop there, matter of fact, 'cause that's a good point. That's kind of what I'm talking about with LeBron and just today's game versus the game back then, how it was played. People didn't really. I mean, they showed an old ESPN clip where one of the guys was like, "It's unfortunate. I think that if the Bulls would have taken care of Scottie, he wouldn't have had that surgery on his foot."
7-year, $18 million contract.
But that was just a news anchor saying it. Today's game, you got a news anchor saying it, then you got First Take talking about it 4 or 5 times within that hour, titling it 4 different things. Yeah. Then you got Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless.
That's crazy.
Undisputed.
You said titling it 4 different things. That is what they
all
do.
All day they do the same thing. So all day they be talking about why LeBron is going out for surgery now because they didn't take care. But back then it was just something you said and kept moving. It was never no like big
deep
dives into the business side and why players are doing that. And then even the media stuff was like, it wasn't as big as it is now. Like now, they talk about it 20 times all day. I remember LeBron had bumped Coach Spoelstra a while back when he bumped by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
They made a big deal out of that. Oh, it was a tiny bump. I seen in the documentary how Jordan left practice. And they ain't make nothing. I never realized. I never heard that before. You know what I'm saying? I never heard that story.
And he was beating his teammates up.
I mean, it's a different breed. I'm looking at documentary differently. I know some people that's older and that's big crazy Jordan fans that love that era of basketball. They getting something different from it. But for me, when I'm taking it from, I'm looking at it from a lens of, damn, it's not stuff that I didn't know. But today's game, we know everything live. When Chris Paul and Blake Griffin get along, live. You know what I'm saying? You know everything live. Is a fighting practice live. We know what happened to the player and everything. Broke his nose. You know what I'm saying? We know everything because it's all live. And back then it was different. So even players, how they looked at, like people always say, you know, like I said, Michael Jordan was criticized. LeBron criticized just as much. It's nowhere near as much to me. Back then it was more basketball, less. I ain't gonna say less criticism, but less of a deep dive in criticism. But you gotta think all these shows we got today, First Take, Undisputed, Around the Horn, all that stuff we got, all those are deep dives on big issues.
Because they was on him pretty hard about was he coming back after that last year. Because
in Chicago, they was on him pretty hard.
That's it. Around the Last Dance.
Okay, when you say everybody coming in hard, but that's only really Chicago media. It's not like.
I mean, that was everything. That was CBS. That was everything. Because you can read it on the microphones. That was all in his face, and you know all their games was basically televised because they was the number one team in the league.
Yeah, they were the number one team. Yeah, but even still, like it's not the same as like the like KD and the Warriors. Like there's really so you think about back then there's write ups on you. So remember how he said Jordan knew who wrote the columns of the Cavs and
yeah,
like,
he was appreciating people for write-ups they did him.
But that's all you had though.
As hell.
But in this day and age, you can't even watch you can't even scroll Twitter without seeing clips of Stephen A. Smith tripping because I got word Kevin Durant's going to the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving, or you know all the stuff he's saying. Like it's different. It's different.
Social
now.
media just makes it amplified. I'm with you on that shit, dog.
But you see, cause you got the clip. We in social media, so you got the clip baits, you got the small clips, you got the previews, you got the real thing, you got it on ESPN. Like as a player today, like where you gonna find your peace of mind at anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like not saying Jordan could find peace of mind all the time. He's Jordan, so he probably couldn't. I don't know. But what I'm saying is. Players looking at documentary, players are definitely more heavily criticized today, and it's deeper dives, and it's just I think it's harder to get away from today because also people got access to you. Jordan had no Twitter, Jordan had no Facebook, Jordan didn't have no Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of things that they just didn't have. When the players come into the arena now, I would assume you have to kind of announce when you're coming in the arena so they can get that walkthrough. Niggas wasn't doing that back then like that. Like it's so much. Yeah, it's so much media now.
His Corvette and just walking in the back.
And it looked mad regular. No disrespect, but I know it's old in those old times. You know what I'm saying? It was clean though. He went to the back door like he going to PE. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Nowadays niggas got to walk through the tunnel. They got cameras everywhere, real cameras too.
Walking with 6'5" people, your age and your this, your that, because it's more of a business now. So I'm just saying like,
but. Later on, Jordan did have I forgot what they called him. His little
that was wild. No, that was wild. Yeah, that was creepy. Disrespectful. If I was in that, I'm telling you right now, if I was in like part of that crew they talking about, the sniffers.
Yeah, the sniffers,
bro. You not calling me no sniffer. Don't ever call me. No white man is ever calling me a sniffer. I don't care what kind of jest joke you. As a black man,
it was only one black man in there though.
That's one. He got two hands, right? That's one enough, bro.
Nah,
it's
but
two
I'm
black men in there
because
you got Jordan too.
It was like eight bodyguards, and there was only one black man.
I don't
that
care.
Was a bodyguard.
Don't call me no jock sniffer because it was short for jock sniffer.
Yeah.
Even the sniffer shit was wild, but knowing it was short for jock sniffer. Listen,
bro, that shit funny though.
On the outside looking in, yeah, it is. But I know you. So can you imagine, like, a nigga bringing the camera in your face? That's the General Sniffer right there. He was giving them general names, like that's Captain Sniffer. That, oh hell no, I don't like they call me boy. So I can't imagine they calling me Sniffer.
Nah, I wouldn't want to be nobody bodyguard anyway, though, dog, and follow somebody around like that. Them niggas did look like fucking sniffers. Tell me they ain't look like sniffers. They huddled around.
The white ones did. The white ones did.
They all did.
The black one like my niggas. So I don't know.
Bro, they all did. I don't give a damn, bro. But, bro, I got a good point, though. We talking about LeBron versus Jordan. I got to talk about it for a short second. I figured out. I got a couple points on why LeBron is the GOAT and Jordan is number 2. But you want to hear my biggest one, though?
Pause. Go ahead.
Pause. But I was watching the doc, and I seen Jordan kids with him.
You a fucked up nigga, bro.
And I was watching them bounce the ball, and I think they was playing like Foursquare or something. And I was like, bro, this nigga kids is so trash. And then, so right after, I was like, man, let me go watch some Bronny highlights. And Bronny dunking on niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Bronny nice.
A sophomore dunking on niggas.
So you saying that LeBron the GOAT because his offering's better?
Yeah.
That's a wild take.
His
That's
legacy
funny
gonna live on. Jordan legacy gone.
His kids ain't go to the league, did they? They ain't go to the league.
Nah, I think one of his kids went like D2.
Hey, that's going D2 and being Jordan's son is crazy. You should be born into a. Them niggas was trying. I'm sorry. You should be born. I remember watching. Let me tell you. I remember watching. Me and my brother watched it. Right, we love this game too. I remember watching them two play because they played for some school in college, some school in Chicago, whatever. But they played against Eric Gordon, and Eric Gordon was giving them niggas the business. He had like 20 points first half. Like now, I said, well, which one is Jordan's son? Nigga, because it look like this nigga is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were calling him Eric Gordon. I'm like, yo, the irony of you being Jordan's son is a nigga you playing against. More like your father than you, and they call him Air Gordon, but you not Air whatever you is. You never Air Jordan, nigga. Like they ain't calling you AJJ. Like,
I remember what Jordan's son looked like. He played for a black and orange team, and he had
I think he went to Loyola too.
Headband. Yeah, he had glasses or goggles.
Goggles. That's what it was.
Yeah,
nigga was trash. But being it's crazy. I just can't imagine being the son of the best player of the GOAT. And going D2. Like, I just feel like when he had kids, they should have already been offered a scholarship for North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Just automatically for the hype.
Your dad hit the shot. And them niggas won't give you can't get a visit to North Carolina?
Same way how Jordan was trash in baseball, but he got offered the whatchamacalls'em league just because he was Michael Jordan.
That is true. That's 100% true. What I will say is
semi-pro league, whatever the hell it's called.
As trash as Jordan was in baseball, his sons is 10 times worse in basketball.
Facts.
You what they say now? That ain't it. That ain't it for them, bro. Like that wasn't. Maybe they did laundry well or chores well, but it ain't basketball. I don't know.
Bronny going to the league though, for sure.
He's nice. He's nice. I'm not going. He's nice. I do feel like there are other better players at his age than him, but he's gonna get better though. Mm-hmm. So he not his dad, obviously, but who knows? He'll be nice though. But he's not his dad either.
But yeah, dog.
But he better than Jordan kids.
Facts.
Better than Jordan kids, definitely.
Jordan needed Scottie and Rodman to win. So I'm tired of hearing people talk about LeBron always need help to win, bro. Everybody need help. And Jordan was getting his ass whooped when he first came into the league. Bad, too.
So
couldn't beat the Pistons. Couldn't beat the Cavs. Couldn't beat the Celtics. He got that help. He started beating motherfuckers.
The funny thing, they a lot of people forget that. I know about that because I know the history of the game. I love basketball. So I need a doc to tell me that. But when you watch it in depth, like really in depth, and you really think about when he got into the league, 84, and when he finally got to the finals, 91, you know what I'm saying? It was a long time. Now, obviously, LeBron got to the final before Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Going in 07, I believe. Came in the league 03. But he went up against a tough-ass Spurs team, for one. The Cavs team was trash for two.
And let's not forget, LeBron beat the Pistons.
And the Pistons had just beat the Spurs, right? Or they lost the Spurs the year before that. They lost.
Nah.
They won.
Yeah, they had won the championship the year before
Pistons
that, right?
did win.
Yeah.
I think
that was the year after the Pistons won the championship.
They went back to back, didn't they? Pistons. They
They
won
went
back
to back,
They won.
and I think they lost the last one.
Okay, all right.
I can look it up though, just so we ain't sounding dumb as fuck.
Nah, I remember they lost. They beat the Lakers. I think the next year they lost though. I think they lost to the Spurs. But I don't think the Spurs. But Spurs won so many fucking championships. It's hard to even tell.
Yeah, them niggas won a lot, dog.
Spurs got them quickies in. Like now, because they get like 2 years go by, they win one. You know what I'm saying? 2 years go by, they win one. It's just like they just kept sneaking in that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
The West gonna win anyway though, but either way, the Pistons was a tough ass team.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of similarities in Michael Jordan career and LeBron's career, even with teams they faced.
Okay, yeah. We was right. The Pistons won, and then the Spurs beat them the next year. Okay, that's what it is.
But see my point. People criticize LeBron for losing to the Spurs his first finals, whatever. But that Pistons team was way better and lost to the Spurs as well. I never thought the Cavs was gonna win the championship because the Pistons couldn't beat them. So I know the Cavs couldn't beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Popovich is that good of a coach. People don't. When we compare the two, we also not comparing better coaching being in the NBA now. No disrespect to the old NBA, the 80s, 90s. It was a team game, but I feel like there's better coaching now. You don't have a coach like Popovich.
Bro, the game is different also because it was more physical back then, and now it's more finesse.
It's more of
niggas
a business.
Just want to be
it's
big
more of a business,
and knock niggas
though.
out back then.
Yeah, but they didn't protect the business. Like
old niggas like seeing that though, dog. Me personally, this is just me. I don't like seeing niggas doing all that head ass shit on the court. I want to see some basketball.
yeah, if I wanted to watch that, I watch jail basketball. That's what it was, and
Yeah,
I want to see niggas play. I'm not trying to see niggas get hurt.
I watch the NFL when I want to see somebody get hit.
Yeah, I watch hockey. I want to see fights. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
basketball, I just want to see some basketball, dog. So niggas can stop that. Oh, LeBron wouldn't have been able to survive, and that's something else we got to talk about. My nigga LeBron definitely would have been able to survive in that times.
My man's is 6'8", 240, and run like Tony Parker, nigga.
250.
Like 250.
He came into the league 250.
But and now it's muscle and grown man muscle. I'm sorry,
Well, he didn't come to the league
I get it.
250.
No, but I'm saying but now it's muscle like how he is now.
Yeah,
I get it.
Jordan
I
came
promise
into
you,
the league 200 pounds.
I promise you.
Well, he didn't come into the league. He was 200 pounds before he put muscles on when he was trying to beat the Pistons, and he gained 15 pounds of muscle.
That's great for him.
Still 215.
All I can say is this. You talking about fighting if you talking about that, then that's a different subject. I don't know if niggas fight, but you talking about playing basketball and playing through physicality. I'm gonna say like 95% of the plays LeBron has, he gets fouled. 95%.
Yeah.
They just can't call him more because you have to call it. You got to call it on a scale. Is it really affecting his shot? Yeah, he got fouled, but is it affecting him shooting? That's what niggas calling it now. I mean, and the game definitely was tough back in the day. I'm not gonna say a lot. It was definitely tough in the sense of, I think niggas sometimes came to the game to fight. But also, you gotta think, niggas ain't making no money back then. It's not that much of a business.
Yeah, because that Jordan rule shit, that shit would never fly in today's league.
Could you imagine having
That's called bounty hunting.
Exactly. That's that New Orleans shit. That's crazy. Like you can't do that.
Hunting, dog.
But my thing is, the fact that even talking about that, like when you talk about basketball, why is that something we talking about? Like, I don't want to talk about niggas. Well, LeBron would have got head knocked off back in the day. Oh, what that had nothing to do with it. I want to know about basketball. I don't care what kind of hit a nigga take. That ain't doing it for me. This is not football. This is basketball. So I want to know about that. Jordan was the very finesse. They was a good team, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like niggas really taken away from the size of LeBron. There's no player like LeBron from the 80s.
No,
like,
not at all.
We compare him to a lot of people, but there's nobody with that strength, that size, that muscle, and that speed at all. So when you ask me that question,
like he would be Charles Barkley size.
You got to combine players to get
Charles
LeBron.
Barkley size with Magic Johnson's passing skills, with Jordan's athleticism. You would just have to combine people.
And I don't know who's speed, but you add all that up, you talking about niggas knocking niggas' heads off. Who's gonna guard him is the question.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect, but I promise you, I love the league, I love the game, but we just gotta be real. Like some of that defense is trash, bro. I'm sorry, like,
Yeah.
I'm a big Jordan fan. I understand they were zoning them. You couldn't zone back then. It's a different game nowadays, bro. Zone don't work no more in the NBA. It's a different game now. You can't be zoning in the NBA no more. Like it's legal, but it don't work. So who really was guarding the LeBron we know now? Who was guarding him back then?
Imagine one of them old ass teams trying to run a zone on the Warriors.
Oh, that's a green light. That's it. I'm telling you right now, nigga.
How many threes you think they gonna have in the game? At least 37.
They're scoring 200 points. I'm telling you right now, because Clay and Steph definitely getting 50 apiece. Spread them outside the court, it's a wrap. Like it's a different game. It's a different game. Like I think people don't understand that. Even when you think about LeBron legacy, talking about the whole 6-3 or 3-6, whatever. Son, that Warriors team is ridiculous. Them Bulls teams not beating that war, like you're not doing it. So when they make the comparisons of LeBron and Mike and especially Kobe, and niggas didn't face them kind of team, bro.
Facts.
Niggas, the Mavericks, I give it to them. Yeah, that was they fuck up. They should have won that. That's just
bro. That was a good team too, bro.
It was a good team, but it was a good team. They should have won. They should have won off talent alone. They could have won.
They could have won.
LeBron shot away. I definitely get that.
That's the only argument that people pitch that I'm always like, I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
but at the same time, that was a good team. Like,
but like I said, it's one of them things, and I don't know exactly what LeBron was going through.
With them, bro.
And I don't know what LeBron was going through, but what I will say is this: like I said, people are human. I give Jordan that notch to say that. One thing I like about the documentary, they said that he come with it every time. Like he played every game like his last. And from the documentary, it looked that way. I'm pretty sure I can go dig deep in some stats and see where he only scored X amount of points and had a bad game. But if you went out like he wasn't human,
they showed it in the doc. It was games where they was losing because they started out the season 8-7.
No, but they were saying like he didn't take games off and he
oh yeah, nah.
You would never catch Jordan catch 12 points.
He had it was games he had like 19. They showed it on the doc.
But they said, but Amara Shah also he said in the doc that you never see Jordan scored 12 points. I'm like, I can guarantee he scored 12 points before in the game. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
people give him this mythological thing because they in that moment. And like me and you and LeBron, like it's time we gonna be fanatics, so we gonna talk in the moment.
Yeah,
that's how it's gonna be. I mean, nigga gonna do what Jordan to understand, but he definitely was human. He definitely had human games. I'm pretty sure he did because they lost games. So it's no way you're gonna tell me he had even Steph Curry like. People look at him back in look at him later on like how the hell it's no he ever scored some amount of points, and Steph had bad streaks where he didn't score a lot of points in the games, and you wonder why. Niggas is human. That's it. Like it's nobody that's not human playing basketball. Yeah. Sorry.
Dog, I know what else I wanted to talk about. When Jordan put that 15 pounds of muscle on, I was looking at that and I was like, oh, that nigga was doing some roids.
Jordan definitely did roids. He might do no coke, but he did roids.
Yeah,
I give him to him.
15 pounds of muscle over a summer. Come on,
he did
bro.
roids. He definitely did.
And you've been skinny all your life, and now you just bust out with this strong figure
his head
over the summer. Yeah,
shaved his head and put that weight on his body.
Man, that nigga did them roids, bro.
But
I'm sold.
From the doc, what I will say is that like just because I can't shit on Jordan. Like he's definitely one of the greatest players of all time. Watching it, I didn't get hyped up. I was a Knicks fan, so a lot of them highlights are on the Knicks. I hate that. Like every documentary of a good team, they got the best highlights on the Knicks.
He used to make sure he killed in the garden too.
Every time. Like
that shit disrespectful.
Can you imagine being a Knicks fan? Like that's why I hated you. I never was a big Jordan fan because like the team I liked, he had his best games against, and you knew that for sure. He came to the Garden. It was a home game for him.
That nigga used to smash in the Garden.
All right, let's relax. Let's just keep this. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, a lot of players do that nowadays, though. That's why we don't talk about it anymore.
It got to the point where if you don't have a good Garden game, you're not, honestly, if you don't have a good Garden game, you should be in the Hall of Fame. I'll take it that far.
What we get.
I'll take it that far. If you don't have a good Garden game, you should not be in the Hall of Fame. Remember that time Kobe had that big ass game in the Garden, and then LeBron came and did it, and the league took his stuff away though. We ain't gonna talk about that though, but he had triple double.
I think LeBron dropped like 60.
And he had triple double though. And the league went back and counted and said, "Oh, it's not." He had 9 rebounds, not 10. I'm like, wow, that's crazy, right?
Petty.
Niggas is wild, boy. Shout out to Kobe though, man. Niggas is wild, man. That's crazy. Good times. But yeah, I think one thing I say about Jordan that I won't take away from him is that from the documentary, the first 4 episodes we seen, it really showed like he was 100%, 100% dedicated, even to a fault sometimes. Like, he was dedicated to winning in that organization. That's another difference between I want to make now. It's like basketball back then, it was trying to form into a business, which is why we're going to talk about Scottie Pippen deal, why his deal was so bad. What I didn't like about, I guess we break that down now. What I didn't like about that whole scenario is that, yeah, it was forming into a business. What Scottie did with his deal, I understood it because he wanted to make sure his family was straight. So he signed a long-term deal because you get more money. Mm-hmm. And not knowing that the business is going to change the way it was, or basketball was going to take off and that cat was going to be more. I feel like that's the difference between LeBron and Jordan too. Jordan got Tristan Thompson, amazing deal. LeBron got Tristan Thompson, an amazing deal. LeBron got,
and that nigga did not deserve that. What it was, 80 million?
No, hold on. Let's. I want to make a list of people. He got Tristan Thompson, amazing deal. J.R. Smith, an amazing deal.
4 year, 80 million.
Deladova, an amazing.
He had got 20 million.
Amazing deal. He got all these, everybody around.
4 year, 20 million.
If he wanted you around, like, you were gonna be around. If he wanted you to have a certain amount of money, you were gonna get that money. No, I hate to say it, and I think that's the difference. Like, Jordan response to what Scottie was doing, he said selfish. Scottie was being selfish, and that, from y'all GOAT, is crazy. You're in a position. If you say something, it goes. Like, I'm telling you, you're Jordan. If you said, and at least in that time, you know what I'm saying, if you said, yo, I think we should restructure Scottie deal, they'll probably listen to you. I don't know for sure, but I didn't even hear him try.
Nah, the craziest thing about him saying that is, at that time, I think around that time, kind of close, he had just signed his $100-and-something million deal.
The nerve of you, bro. The nerve of you.
And Scottie, like the number 6, number 7 highest paid player on the team. He had Luke Longley making more money.
Son, can you imagine trying to go up and get a rebound with a nigga like, yo, Luke, you get the rebound, nigga. Like, I'm not getting it.
Ain't it? You make more than me, bro.
Bro, I'm making 1.5 a year. Like, that's
I'm averaging
crazy.
Twice as many rebounds as you.
I wonder how many commercials he had to do to get that advertising money to come in. 'Cause I know that money wasn't enough to hold you. Maybe in the 90s it was, though, but, you know, still. When
Not how his mama was talking. His mama was talking like he gave all his money to her.
Yeah, but he bought her a little house in the country. It's in Georgia. It wasn't that much money, $122,000. You know what I'm saying? Just ducked off real quick. Probably bought the land and paid tax on it. You know, probably gained it back. He was smart on that. I'm pretty sure it's not a lot of money. Probably sending her like 2-3 racks a month, buy groceries, your rent.
But that is a selfless act for him to sign that contract thinking about his family. But it's also stupid still.
But we know that now. You don't know that back then. Back then, yeah. But think about it back then.
He was scared he was gonna get hurt though.
I would want that he was small too. But you know, with that time frame in NBA though, it's not a lot of. I think we also don't realize that it's not a lot of players in the NBA at that time that had long careers. So Scottie came in with 89, I think. Then they got him 89, 87, something like that. I don't know when that did. I think the year he signed 91. He probably just was signing something to make sure he stick around. To be on that team, at least, you know what I'm saying? To keep winning. I don't know. But it's not smart. But like I said, 91, a lot of people weren't smart back in 91, except Jordan, apparently. But I do feel
contracts wasn't that big back then either.
But I do feel like a deal could have been restructured. Even with and then I just feel like the teammate, like the brotherhood wasn't really there. Like, it was all business.
Yeah, I was just about to say
because
that.
When he went out and he's saying how him and the GM not getting along, I rarely see any interviews from when they got 98, 97 of Jordan with Pippen. So you remember how LeBron and Wade would do interviews together. Braj, Kyrie, and like that players do now. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely different than back then. Back then it kind of was off itself. So with Jordan having that winning mentality, we just winning, nothing else. I don't care about it. I don't want to be cool with you. I remember they said Robin
y'all need to come do y'all jobs and go home.
Robin knocked on his hotel room door. And he was like, he never does that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because niggas probably wasn't allowed to go to his room.
Niggas, yeah, so it was no camaraderie. Like, it's not even. Yeah. So they already two different players already. You know what I'm saying? To me, LeBron like a guy you can go up to. You know what I'm saying? He chill with his team. Like, it's just different talent, different players, different people. So when we compare the two, you think about somebody who's just all business. So yeah. I agree with them when they say like Michael Jordan was probably 100% committed to winning and competitive, and that's all he cared about. Amazing, that's great. He's 6-0, so yeah, he did that. And LeBron's the player. He probably not. It's not. He don't only care about winning. He care about getting better. He care about a lot of stuff. So I'm not saying you're gonna lose on purpose, but I would, if I'm LeBron, I'll take that Dallas Maverick loss if I'm gonna get the other wins I got. That's fine. I just feel like they
Man, they cheated my nigga.
They
LeBron.
approached
He
the
was getting
game.
one this year.
Yeah, that was wild. But they approach the game very differently. Well, all players do. But I don't think that makes somebody better because you approach the game from a more competitive standpoint.
Yeah.
Like, because you could as a player, I'm gonna say Patrick Beverly. He approached the game somewhat like a Michael Jordan, very competitive. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna sit here and talk about Patrick Beverly and Russell Westbrook, or Patrick Beverly and Chris Paul, or Patrick Beverly
in any point guard in the league.
And Drew Holiday, who's an amazing point guard. You know, so it's like it's oranges and tomatoes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oranges and apples. But I mean, I just think the game is different. It wasn't the business back then like how it is now.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't know a lot of stuff. We didn't know. It's just so much stuff that, like, behind the scenes that you didn't know with the Bulls. And today's game, you would know. We know about contracts. We know about disputes. I remember when Dwight Howard and Van Gundy wasn't getting along in Orlando. That's all they talked about. Practices, all they talked about. Like, we know everything live feed. It's not room for stuff to simmer or for you to handle it in-house. Everything is ESPN now. Mm-hmm. Back then they had. I do feel like they had some perks back then. You had a little privacy. You know what I'm saying? A little more privacy than players have today.
But it's crazy because they didn't feel like that. They were saying in the dot, like,
imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they were saying in the dot, like, it's always media. I don't feel like dealing with media today. But media is a little crazier now.
But that's the thing though. So they couldn't adapt to that. They couldn't stand it. So when we say, oh, LeBron and them, Kobe and them, they couldn't last in the physicality of this sport. But could those players last in the physicality of outside the court? Like the social media, like,
I wonder if Rodman got
imagine
in any trouble.
Dennis Rodman having Twitter, having Snapchat, having Instagram. He getting fined. Like, he might not, it might not be no Bulls.
Bro, how do you let somebody go on vacation for 48 hours and they don't come back for a whole week and a half and you just think that's okay? How does that work?
Bro,
nigga miss games and everything. How does that work?
Was that even reported on the news?
I don't think so, because they brung him back like it wasn't nothing. Like, they had the clips, and that's one good thing I will say about this documentary. They actually got real footage from the whole last year, so they've been planning this. They knew in the future they was gonna do a documentary like this for real.
Government be wildin', man.
Stay woke. But bruh, so they brung Rodman back, and they basically just knew he was hungover and probably been on drugs and doing all kind of stuff. And they just doing drills trying to get him to sweat all that out.
Different league, man. They knew he was on drugs.
They knew it, bro.
They knew he was on drugs.
Who does that? That's nasty, dog.
Niggas today have a good game to get drug test the next day. I mean, Danny Green had dunked. And he said the next day they gave him a drug test.
HGH. Tested for HGH.
Bro. That's crazy. It's different cultures now. Mm-hmm. So when we compare the two, I think we look so much at LeBron and Mike saying who would have did what and what. But it's a lot of other shit that Bulls dynasty team might not be a Bulls dynasty team if half that stuff leak and get out to the media how it's supposed to get out to the media. If like today's society, like, niggas they don't play no more. They don't come no more. Like, if I ain't coming till I get my money, Pippen was still playing. He tried it for a little while, but that ain't the culture back then. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just different. I don't know. It's just different. I think with the NBA, like, how it's a business now versus back then, it's a lot more guaranteed more now, more incentive now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot more of a business to protect the players and to make sure they're straight than back then. So I don't know. Like, I feel like back then niggas, like, they had to be how they was. They might protect the number of them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, niggas want to play longer. They want to make more money. So they knocking niggas down and go to championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, niggas don't care about getting out the playoffs. Niggas they still eating. It's the player right now living good. What's that dude name from the Suns? He a good shooter.
Devin
Booker. Ain't seen a lick of playoff time. Got an amazing contract. He living life amazing. Pippen probably get pissed off every time you see him play.
Victor Oladipo,
amazing. These players that probably not better. Well, now I'll say they're better than Pippen to me, but from what they are in the league now to what Pippen was in the league back then.
From the Magics too. The one that used to have the dreads, he cut them, but he had the dreads.
Yeah, the point guard
that went up.
The point guard.
Yeah,
Play for the Knicks now. Play for the Knicks now.
Yeah. He signed a wild ass contract too. And Pippen made $17 million, $18 million in 7 years.
7 years, bro.
And then left the Bulls and signed to who? He signed to somebody, then he signed to
Portland.
the Blazers.
Oh, I remember playing.
Yeah.
I remember playing in Portland. Oh,
I
the
think
Rockets.
Houston.
The Rockets.
Yeah,
the Rockets.
Houston. He
I
went
remember I
from
had
Houston to the
NBA
Blazers.
Live 98, 99, something like that. And he was on the Rockets. I thought I was about to kill. He was so trash.
He was all right on the Blazers though. That's the Blazers team that was down 0-3 to the Mavs, and they came back to force the game 7.
I just remember they was a good team because they used to give me a run for their money.
I remember that he was on
Pippen,
that team.
Bonzi Wells, Sabonis,
Stoudemire,
Rasheed Wallace. Yeah,
Yeah,
they had a great team. Yeah.
That's the team. That was when I was in 6th grade.
They had Jermaine O'Neal too. People know that they had
Was I
Jermaine
in 6th grade or
O'Neal.
7th grade. I was in 6th grade.
Nah,
So
he was
that
in
was
6.
what?
He was in 6, bro. He was in 6. He was in 6. Seventh was they wasn't that good in 7th grade. They wasn't that great.
I don't remember, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I just remember them niggas being down 0-3 to the Mavs, and they came back and forced the game 7. And I bet my lunch money that they'll win and be the first team to come back from a 0-3, and they lost in that game 7.
I remember the Lakers just beating anybody ass back then, so it was like really no. It was
I was a
watch.
T-Mac fan back then too.
That had to have been bad because he had no good.
He went to the
career
playoffs
at
one
all.
time against the Hornets, and he fucked his back up again in the playoffs.
T-Mac was a special player though. Like, he could have been probably one. He probably would have been the greatest without injury.
Brandon Roy, Derrick Rose.
I agree with it, but as I watch more highlights, I ain't gonna lie. T-Mac was just on a different level, but
He was
Derrick
that deal.
Rose was different.
I tell people, dog.
Derrick Rose was different.
T-Mac had a career being great. Derrick
But
Rose
nigga-
only had a couple years.
I know it's fucked up, but even that couple his highlights is ridiculous. Like, you know, the group, that's just crazy. That's crazy, but yeah,
No injury. Can we add Melo in there?
nah.
We can add Melo. Melo ain't did shit in his career, dog. He Charles Barkley.
Yeah. Oh, you say no injury? What you mean? It's greatness.
Like, he should have been better.
Oh, I thought we were talking about people that had injuries that was
Yeah,
great.
I was. I just kind of.
I'm not putting Melo in the category of T-Mac and Derrick Rose.
See, I think I think Melo is a T-Mac type player because Melo had a really good career and he just never won shit. Literally, because
T-Mac
Melo
had excuses though. Melo had no
ain't never
excuses.
even win no MVP. At least T-Mac won some scoring titles and didn't get MVP because of Kobe.
But Melo got scoring titles. He got scoring titles.
But I'm saying he didn't get no MVPs.
He just not T-Mac. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm really kidding. He's not T-Mac.
You're supposed to be on Melo's side because he was a Knick.
I mean, fuck them niggas. Like, I stopped fucking them niggas long. Hey, you know how girls like,
Bro, y'all niggas be
let me tell you.
abandoning shit.
Nah, I was born into this. So I had no choice. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
born into that. So when I was able to make my own decisions, I scouted the NBA for a little while. I like this kid. This kid named LeBron James is amazing to me. After a while, for some reason, I didn't like LeBron fucking in the league. I was still trying to hold on to the Knicks. I was 2004, 2005. I was still a Knicks fan. Had Marbury. I'm like, all right, cool. When they fucked Marbury over, I said, nah, I can't fuck these niggas no more. But I didn't jump ship off the Knicks. I stopped fucking with them based off the front office. They making bad. They hired Isaiah Thomas as a coach. What the fuck did he ever win as a coach? Nothing.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was dumb. And then he had this sexual harassment charge. It just, the way they handled it was all fucked up. I didn't like the front office.
Who hired Larry Bird as a coach?
Himself. I think he's from Indiana.
Oh,
man.
no, it
Shit.
was somebody
He's
that
from
Jordan
there, so.
played, and they hired him as a coach. I can't remember. But anyway, dog, what you expect next from the Jordan dog?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out where they're gonna go from here. I mean, I guess they're gonna keep going back in time. I mean, I honestly, I don't want to see them beat the teams out that. I mean, I'm curious if they're gonna talk about problems and stuff like that.
They're not talking about enough off the court shit for me. I want to see some more off the court shit.
They are just not with the person I want to hear from. I don't care about Dennis Rodman off the court. I know I already know that. Scottie Pippen, I'll take it.
You want to hear Jordan's gambling problems.
I want to hear about that. I want to hear about his wife leaving him. I want to hear about all those stuff.
I also want to know why the fuck did he retire?
He started kind of early to me.
Hell yeah. And everybody in the media, in the doc was saying like, nah. Phil Jackson was like, yeah, if he wants to retire, he can retire. Like, my nigga, you ain't even been in the league that long.
But that's why I say
12 years ain't a lot, dog.
But it was different back then because the longevity wasn't 20 years. Like, only people that did 20 years.
I was at 14
is
years.
Robert Parrish and
years.
and Kevin McHale at the time. They didn't leave for a long time. Most people it's 10 to 12 years. It's not long. It's just that him being that great, it was odd. But honestly, when you ask why he retired, and that's why I say them players back then couldn't deal with the players dealing back now. To me, Jordan retired because he got tired of the front office. He got tired of that organization.
He wanted to leave because Phil.
So
was
he
leaving.
stopped. So he just stopped playing.
I think it's more to that though, dog. Jordan had something going on.
That'll come out. That's probably what's gonna come out in the later
I don't think so. I don't think they about to talk about nothing that we want to hear about.
He's not going to talk about it. But mind you, they interview other players. So even though he may not talk about it in present time, Scottie Pippen might be willing to talk about it. You know, Scottie, he definitely don't fuck with Jordan that much anymore because he clearly done said LeBron better. And you know, it's funny now we joke and laugh about, oh, Scottie said LeBron better, so he better. Scottie's still pissed off about that shit, bro. Scottie is still pissed off about that.
He sound bitter in the interviews.
But I'm just like prior, like the last 5-10 years when he been saying things, you never really knew why he was saying them. You just thought like it was hot takes. Nah, he like, nah, fuck you, nigga. LeBron doing this shit for D Wade, doing this shit for Chris Barnes, doing this shit for Dellavedova, nigga. And you tell me I'm selfish? You tell me I'm selfish for getting my fucking foot looked at, nigga?
Bro, it's crazy how Jordan just threw that nigga under the bus and just was like, well, fuck you. You ain't my friend no more. Dennis my friend now.
Nah,
that's how he treated him.
That was some emotional shit right there, boy. That was I need you. Remember he got kicked out of the game? Well, he left me out there by myself.
Yeah. Bro, that nigga Jordan sick, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That nigga is sick, dog.
I lost, he said. I was mad at him. Left me out there by myself. Scotty's not here. Whoa, pimping. And when niggas, and honestly, when people come at me and say about the LeBron and Jordan debate, which I'm not having nobody. I'm not having that debate with nobody. I'm done talking basketball.
Yeah,
but
not no more.
When I think about that, I think about this. I think about LeBron versus a very young and talented, gifted, crazy Warriors team. And I think about Kyrie Irving going out game one. I think about Kevin Love going down. And I wonder if he said, hey, y'all left me. I just don't see him saying that. I see him putting a 40 every night, trying his hardest. It just didn't work. But I don't see him crying about it.
He was trying though, dog, and I was feeling so bad for him, dog.
Who,
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I ain't even watched those last couple games.
It was sad to watch. I
felt so bad for him, dog.
It was sad because
he was really trying.
I was getting mad at him for not doing more.
And he was doing everything he could.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, bro.
It was sad, dog. I ain't like that. I ain't gonna
lie. Hey, different organizations got different problems. You know what I'm saying? Scottie came back. I don't know what Jordan did. Jordan probably paid him on the table. I don't know. But I be thinking about that sometimes too, like NBA stuff. You don't think about that? I always think like, if a player don't get his money, but hey, you got this player with ass of money. I mean, I guess it's dumb business to think that, but they can't slide him extra $5. Like DeMarcus Cousins signed a $5 million deal with the Lakers. Like, why are you making $5 million?
Yeah.
Like, it gotta be somebody somewhere else that you getting there. There's no way. I mean, I can see now why. Cousins is done. He's done anyway, so it don't matter.
I don't know.
It's over.
I ain't gonna count him out. You never know.
All right, well, good luck. Shit.
Bro, he's still young. He young as hell.
Shit. Anthony Hardaway was young too.
It's funny because I used to live in Kentucky and I seen DeMarcus Cousins in a house party before. Him and John Wall.
John Wall doing John Wall?
Yeah, he was dancing and shit like a little girl.
He doing that John Wall shit.
Dancing.
Shout out to John Wall, man.
And old boy who was on a team too. I ain't gonna say his name. He played for Houston though. He had fucked my homeboy girlfriend.
This nigga said, "I'm not gonna say his name." All right, Mike. Yo, you was bugging. You Mike. You Mike. You Mike, bro.
I ain't say his name. You don't know who I'm talking about.
That's the same thing Jordan said. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say what I saw, but you know, like, you're not gonna tell me what you saw, but you tell me what you saw.
All right, man. Fuck it, maybe Jordan didn't snitch then.
You trying to change the rules? Yo, Takashi be wildin', bro. Takashi him.
But yeah, man. Michael Jordan doc. Not looking forward to the rest of it, but I guess we'll do another review after all of them done. I don't know if I want to keep doing reviews after each one is dropped because this shit kind of dry, dog. It started out, the first few episodes started out all right. Next two, So we'll just see how this
I only watched the last two because I knew we were going to talk about it. The last two, like I said, it was one of them things that I was like, I had to use the bathroom, I had to take a shit, and I was like, damn, should I take a shit or shot? And I didn't want to watch the documentary. It wasn't appealing to me. But I do understand why those parts matter. Cause you want to, I guess you gotta really take in and see what all everybody was going through. You know what I'm saying? But it is the irony of this is this, right? We want to talk about this documentary because we trying to compare Mike and LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This documentary gives us a better way to compare them. But I feel like it's more in favor of Bron because I think these last 2 episodes, in my opinion, was the media trying to, I mean, not media, but the documentary trying to tell us how bad Jordan had it. And it don't look that bad to me. If you reverse the tables and you actually had a documentary on how bad LeBron had it, team-wise, and trying to get to the final, trying to win and stuff like that, I think it's way worse problems than what. I mean, you got James Rodman who went away for 4 days or whatever. You got Scott Pippen who wanted his money, but you got LeBron who doesn't have no fucking talent.
4 days, I think it was like a week.
Hey man, he had Carmen Electric. I probably wouldn't came back either. She was fine back in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that bitch was.
She was
good,
fine.
wasn't she?
I watched Good Burger sometime, and she was in that muff when I was younger. Back when I liked white girls.
Back when I like white girls. I just kept thinking about in the doc when she was talking about she heard a knock at the door and it was Michael Jordan and she hid behind the couch and tried to cover up. I'm like, bitch, you know you was butt naked. You wanted Michael Jordan to see them titties.
That's funny, right? Like Mike gonna be like, hey, what you doing here? Mike don't care, nigga. Oh, he care about basketball. He just trying to. Mike don't care about it. He trying to win, nigga.
Nah, I think that's how we view Mike. Mike was trying to get some ass too back then, dog.
See how Mike Jordan dress?
That don't mean that just mean he. I ain't about to say all that.
I ain't trying to disrespect Mike. I like Mike, but he dressed weird as hell, bro. Them jeans is way too starched.
Baggy ass jeans. Yeah, that shit wild.
Mike is really a cornball, but that's crazy. But it's all good.
He is. I think about that all the time.
That's crazy.
Way
too soon. Nah, but that what I am sad about too. We can talk about that now. We talk about Kobe though. Like all jokes aside though. I'm gonna save us with this. It is sad that we will never get that doc from the Lakers, like a real documentary of like the real problem Shaq and Kobe had, like the real
with Kobe in it.
Yeah, one like that.
Nah, that one would be dope.
It would. But I'm saying it has. Yeah. You have to have Kobe there though. Like I want his raw responses, not him stealing league responses. Like a lot of times, like now, you hear them talk about it, that cocaine stuff. This stuff we never knew about, right? Mm-hmm. Or supposedly never knew about. I don't know for sure. But I said to say they in the league, so they answering still in the league, still that PR stuff. People like Charles Barkley, way more outspoken now out the league. He was still like that in the league, but way more outspoken out the league because your image now. It's not no more organizations on you. There's no holes on you. I would like to hear those unfiltered thoughts of like why Kobe said what he said when he was getting interrogated. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to know from Derek Fisher for real how it's practice like with Kobe and Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I want to know from Brian Shaw for real what the vibe was like in the planes. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people, I just named 2 irrelevant people, but Brian Shaw and Fisher, I wanted to hear from them the same way I'm hearing from Paxton, Kerr, Ron Harper, you know what I'm saying? I ain't heard for a little longer yet. Tony Kukoc, people like that. I want to hear that. I would have loved to hear that from the Lakers because that's the only next dynasty you got, and it's a Phil Jackson dynasty. You know what I'm saying? There's no other team that really have them kind of ups and downs. Spurs, they're a great dynasty, but they didn't have no. It wasn't like it's not America's favorite team. That
was another good organization.
Who?
The Spurs.
But it's too good. It's not. The only bad thing with the Spurs.
Clean.
Nah, it's not. The only bad thing in the Spurs is Tony Parker fucking that girl, fucking his teammate's wife. I don't know if you know about that or not.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's that. I don't remember. You remember they broke the team up a little bit? Tony Parker fucked his teammate's wife. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Google that. It's crazy.
Which one?
I forgot what teammate it was, but he was good on the team. They had to split him up. Yeah, shit crazy. Tony Parker, wild nigga, bro. And while he was with that girl Eva Longoria, so he got one of the baddest chicks. But I'm gonna fuck your wife though. Sis, nah,
bruh. Bruh, you ever heard Matt Barnes tell the story about Derek Fisher?
It get worse every time, bro. I feel bad for him, bro, because I feel bad for him because
that nigga pulled up to the crib and Shawty was having a barbecue.
Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's crazy. He fucked Derek Fisher up too. That's crazy.
I don't think he fucked Derek Fisher up. Not saying I don't think Matt
Derek
Barnes
Fisher a stocky nigga, but Fisher was definitely scared.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely scared.
I don't know. That story kind of wild. Like, I can't see Derek Fisher hauling ass. Like,
Matt Barnes He not black. Like he's crazy. That's his ethnicity.
But bro, you gotta shoot the one with the nigga. You in a nigga house.
Listen.
You fucking his ex-wife.
You know why you saying that? Because you always on the other side of it. All right. So think about this. When the worst type of nigga to fight is the nigga that's mad about his girl, nigga, because he about ready to die for that pussy, nigga. Like, he ready to die. So imagine Matt Barnes like at his meanest, like you go around his kids, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Still gotta give him that one, bro.
Oh, I'm not giving Matt Barnes the one. I'm sorry. Under no circumstance am I giving Matt Barnes the one, unless he call me a sniffer. Then I give him the one. If you give me a sniffer,
you
I'm
don't fuck
giving
with
the
that sniffer shit.
No.
Bro, it was just a joke. It's white people jokes.
Son,
White people say corny jokes like that.
Hey, you know what time I'm on? I'm on this type of time right here. I ain't no fucking sniffer. Don't call me no sniffer, bro. A fucking jock sniffer. You crazy? Gonna bring the camera in the room. That's the wild. Like, think about
that's
today.
Matt Sniffer. That's Jacob Sniffer.
Like, can you imagine today? Like, niggas just bring a camera. Like, oh, that's Slim the Sniffer right there. Like, it's one thing to say it, and you like, I could probably. But on camera, right? Come on, bro. Like the nigga was saying, mom gonna see this. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan's like, I don't care. Like, niggas don't give a fuck. That's crazy.
I don't think they knew that the internet was gonna be as big as it is now, though.
ESPN knew.
and Buddy knew that his mama was gonna see that clip, and I bet she watching it now. Like, oh, so you was drunk before the game, huh?
He probably watching that shit now, coming home from work. Cause I'm pretty sure he ain't getting no good deal. He probably got paid more than Pippen though.
But yeah, bro. So I don't know. You gonna watch the next docs as they come out, or you just gonna wait till the end? I know you got the links already, don't you?
Yeah, I got all of them. Only if you say I'm not in a rush to watch them. If you say you want to do more reviews on them, then yeah, I'll watch them. But
I'm gonna watch them as they go and see if I want to do another review.
I don't care about the Bulls, bro. Like,
I'm
a Knicks fan. I was born a Knicks fan. Like, it's nothing about the 90s I like. We lost.
Yeah.
Every fucking year.
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
Bias.
We lost by
Phil
layups.
Jackson won with the Knicks though. You don't rock with Phil?
Yeah, I know he's a Knick. You know what I'm saying? But that was 73, my nigga. Like, I was born in 90. My mom's was 3 years old, bro. My mom's was 3. My dad was 2. Like, come on, my dad was 2. Last time the Knicks won something, bro. That nigga 40-something. That's crazy.
Niggas been waiting all their life for a championship.
Hey, chill. I remember when I was heavier on Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Had my fucking Speedwell jersey. I thought we were doing something, but ran to the Spurs. Boy, I cried. We lost the championship. I cried. And I guess I just had so much hope because there was so much hope all playoffs. It was a miracle playoff run. Shit. I remember the feeling. I remember when Larry Johnson hit that 4-point play on the Pacers. Everybody came outside with their L's and shit. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. But that championship was just wild. Like, I thought we had it. Now I'm waking up using the app beat or something like that. My mom's and us. I woke up and I was like, Knicks won? I don't know why I asked that fucking question for. I already knew. I started crying like, damn, we lost, bro. That's crazy. Like, I was just mad, bro. Like, damn, niggas really lost the championship. They only won one game.
Y'all might draft Bronny.
Junior? They ain't really doing it, bro. Like, and then no, because the Knicks, like I said, the organization is just trash. Like, they can't even draft.
Yeah, y'all suck. That shit y'all did to Spike Lee, that shit was lame too.
Fuck y'all. What is this y'all shit?
Nah, you a Knickerbopper.
I'm a LeBron fan. Yeah, wherever
that
LeBron
name
go,
Knickerbopper sucks too.
We need name change, bro. We need name change. That Knickerbocker. That's why we can't win shit. Like, we got the worst name in NBA. That's the worst name, ain't it? You got Bobcats, and it's all right. Heat is cool. Raptors.
Change y'all name to the Knackers.
Yo, you a wild nigga, bro. You got too many references going on today, bro. I don't know, bro. You bring me back to that day, but now you're making it funny. I don't.
The New York Knickerboppers now changing their name to the Knackers.
That's wild, bro. Nah, but I think the Knicks do got the worst name in the NBA now.
Yeah, they do by far. That shit's trash as fuck. Including everybody talking about the Redskins and the Indians. Nah, it's the fucking Knickerboppers.
It's Knickerbockers.
Nah, I call that bitch Knickerbopper.
You trying to add some baby to it? I need some Nick with some bop in it. I need me a Nick with some bop in it. Nah,
hey, the baby need to chill out. I heard he trying to drop another album. Man, that's for another podcast though. It's in this
I about to say, what the hell you going? You going?
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man. Y'all check out this Jordan doc. Y'all want to. I don't know if you gonna check it out, but yeah, man. Till next time, we out.